got the district championship on the line. Ontario, fresh off a MOAC championship, about to take on the top seed and defending district title holder and Lady Lex in a rematch of an opening day thriller that you can only watch right here on the OH Report. We've got your pregame coverage. First pitch all on the way from Heise Park here in Galion. Tournament softball coming up next.
Number 3, Emma Fagan. Number 15, Sailor Smith. And number 17.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
I like being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
For over 12 years, you've trusted Scout Construction for quality building and remodeling. Now we're proud to offer expert excavation services to start your project off right. You see what we build, now see the way we dig. Experience the Scout Construction difference. Call or email us today for a free quote and let us break ground together.
Hi, I'm OH Report founder Brian Skowronski. You just heard me on the call, and you can hear me and all the other family of OH reporters pretty much every night here on the future of local sports.
Play ball.
It's the American Homestead Exterior pregame show. County rivals clashing here this afternoon for a spot in the district championship. Ontario and Lexington are just about to set here to duel. Good evening, everyone. I am Brian Skowronski. Evan Johnson joining me on the call today. It's a chilly afternoon in Galion, but we're expecting things to heat up here in a hurry. Evan, anytime you get two rivals going head-to-head and it's win or go home, things get really exciting.
Just what a great matchup we get so early in the tournament, the district semifinals, and we're getting, like you mentioned, rivals. And these two teams played opening day against each other, and it's crazy that one of these teams will start their season and end their season playing the other team.
How about that book end right there? Somebody hoping that their story continues and potentially to have a storybook ending a little bit later on into their tournament journey. Let's tell you about Ontario in the number 4 seed. They started the season a little bit slow. They lost opening night 2-1 to Lexington, and they actually traded wins and losses for their first 9 games. So really never established some momentum. They're playing very well here in the second half of the season, Evan. 9 consecutive MOAC victories to end up getting a piece of the pie.
You know, having slow starts happens in high school sports, and what matters is that you end strong, and that's exactly what they're doing. And because they ended strong, that's what you want to play your best ball in the tournament time, and that's what they're doing.
Going to start things off here with Edie Howard. It's going to be our player spotlight tonight. She's in the leadoff spot. We'll tell you about Edie and her season here. First team All-MOAC performer. Really respectable ERA, even though her win-loss record is just 500 on the season. But she's really been enjoying a big season from the plate as well. Hits for average and power.
Yeah, to be able to do it on both sides of the ball is truly incredible, and she could single-handedly win a game for Ontario.
First pitch from Makari Chapman, the lefty starter, the lone senior on the roster for Lexington, the defending district champions. That was in Division II last year, of course. Expanded this year. We've now got 7 divisions across the board. And she starts her out with back-to-back balls. And speaking with one of the assistant coaches for Ontario, he thought it was really going to be key and critical here tonight. If Makari's getting these calls off the plate, she's nearly untouchable. So far, if you're an Ontario hitter, it's a good sign that it's going to be a bit of a tighter strike zone.
Yeah, I mean, her accuracy is so good, and she's able to hit those spots, hit those corners. So if it's maybe not going in her favor and she has to throw a couple over the plate, that could be Ontario's chance to get going early.
Off-speed pitch, breaks over the outside part of the plate. 2-2 now the count.
Not an easy pitch to hit at all. That had so much drop to it. Beautiful off-speed.
The all-Highland kicks, deals, fouled straight back in our laps. So it remains 2-2. Howard looking to get on base here to start off the action. He's done a nice job of that basically all season long for Ontario, hitting out of that leadoff spot. Down in the dirt, loads up the count.
Yeah, Howard's getting on base over half of the time, and that's exactly what you want from a leadoff hitter, to get that early base runner and get things started.
Senior on senior matchup right here. Little up in the strike zone. Contact to left field, and the out is made, so Howard goes down after a nice battle. 6 pitches and 1 out now in the books.
Not a terrible swing at all, just a little bit, maybe a little too high, just got under it.
Bring up Riley Ireland hitting in the number 2 spot tonight. Ireland with a .256 average, laying off some high cheese right there. Rise ball that time. No chance to catch up.
That's been one of Ireland's problems this year, is the strikeout. 15 of them so far this season, is tied for most on her team.
Looking at that strike right there, so 2 of them now. Chapman checks the wristbands. Gets ready to send outside. Ball 2.
Good take there by Ireland, not chasing on that outside pitch. And we're, Chapman's close to getting those corners.
This time over the heart of the plate, popped up and out of play. So the at-bat continues. I think a good start here for the Warriors to make contact, force Chapman to have to throw multiple pitches in each at-bat so far.
The fight continues right there, and that's exactly, I mean, 2 hitters already, 2 great fights put up by these Warrior hitters. And if they can just keep fighting and making contact, putting balls in play, good things will happen.
Ireland steps out. 20 hits for so far collected this season. Would love to add 1 more to the total and represent the first base runner of the evening. Ireland allotted time again. Stepped out for a second. Rise ball misses again. Loaded count here.
Beautiful pitch, and that's an easy one to swing at, even though it's out of the zone. That rise ball near your eyes. Great hold there by Ireland.
Contact, hit right at the shortstop. Gobbled up, no problem. 2 down here on the play made by Alexis Cantrell.
Yeah, unfortunately that ball was right at Cantrell. She made a very sound play. Easy throw to first.
Ellie Dawson, the number 3 hitter tonight for Ontario. Freshman with a good eye here. Ball 1 outside the zone. How about a .437 average on her debut at the high school ranks?
Yeah, the impact this freshman has had has been incredible. You know, getting honored with that first team All-MOAC as a freshman. There's a lot of good things to come within this program.
Yeah, plenty of big numbers to go along with the accolade this year, and taking 3 consecutive balls here. So Chapman perhaps pitching around the freshman a little bit.
I mean, I would too when I see that 10 home runs for Dawson. You know she has the power.
4 straight pitches, and Chapman rarely issues walks. Just the 37th of the season now in 117 innings of work.
Yeah, Chapman did not want to throw to Dawson at all. Trying to get close to those corners, but wasn't going to give her anything good to swing at.
Morgan Pearson, another big bopper. They've got a few of them in the lineup. 6 home runs on the season for Morgan. And how about 30 as a unit? Scott Krieger telling us before the game, a couple of years back, I think they had a little bit more than that, but it's still, that's a pretty aggressive number from the batter's box.
Yeah, definitely one of the best in school. One up there for sure. Truly incredible. 30 home runs in a season. That's wild.
Pearson, .372 batting average so far. This could represent her 93rd plate appearance. Chapman now with 6 balls in her last 7 pitches. Clean contact, fading to left field, circling back and unable to make the catch is Cam McGuire. Heading home is the freshman in Ontario. Strikes first, 2 outs, and 1 run.
And that goes to show the power that the top of this Warriors lineup has. Pearson leading her team with 8 doubles coming into the game. Make that 9. And just a tough play over the head of McGuire. Tried to flip the hips, but it was too late and unable to make the play.
RBI number 25 on the season for Morgan. Excellent start here for the Lady Warriors.
And that's exactly what the Warriors had to do coming into this game. They knew they had to score first, set the tone early, try to get in control.
Brindley Krieger 1-2 count on her now. Brinley now in her junior campaign along with Morgan, who's standing on second base after that double, but gets caught looking here outside part of the plate. And Chapman surrenders a run, but gets that last punch out right there. We're gonna go between the bases now, thanks to our good friends at American Homestead Exteriors. Told you about Ontario, their season so far up to this point, but how about top-seeded Lady Lex? I think a pretty big favorite to emerge out of here and win the district, coming off of an Elite 8 appearance last season. They're just a really complete team, led by their senior All-Ohioan Makari Chapman, who throws 5 different pitches. In the batter's box, you're going to see here, too. She's a menace. I mean, she really is the focal point of this team, and she is a shining star.
Yeah, for sure. And she obviously is the star on this Lexington team. Only 3 losses this season. They went to the regional finals last year, and they're thinking they have a great chance to go right back to that spot.
Of course, they'd have to get through Ontario and then 2 more games, actually. So that was a nice deep run for Lexington last year. Kylie Thornton, their junior first baseman, was a big part of that team. .970 fielding percentage so far this year. She's rock solid over there at first and one of the most productive hitters in the OCC. 35 hits, 33 ribbies so far on the year.
Yeah, if you think Chapman's doing this by herself and that's why this Lexington team is great, you're wrong, because there's so many talented players in this lineup, Thornton being one of them, with that 1.1 OPS. A lot of power.
See Kylie up in the number 4 spot tonight. Leading things off, Quinn Patrick, the second baseman. Quinn's a sophomore with a .388 average. Started every game so far this season. And she looks at a first pitch, right down the middle, hits a bullseye.
Howard not throwing around anyone at the top of this lineup, going right at him. See the confidence from the first pitch.
Off the nub of the bat, shovel over to first base. 2 pitches, 1 down here for the Lady Warriors as they get Patrick out at first.
Making quick work of the leadoff hitter. Just that outside pitch. And Patrick was way out in front of it. Just got the end of the bat. Not a lot of power behind it.
One of the youngsters in the lineup. This is Cantrell, the freshman. 92nd plate appearance. Played a lot of varsity innings so far this season, has Alexis. The 1-0 pitch from Howard. Edie's got a bit of a unique approach out there. It's pretty cool to see from our angle. She's almost like sideways, a little bit off balance when she lets go of the softball.
It may look a little funky, but it's working right now. She's been fantastic. 5 pitches and 4 of those strikes.
The pitch to Cantrell, and she flips that one back out of play.
Cantrell's not going to go down easy. Currently on a 4-game hit streak, one of the highest on this team. She's been on fire recently.
In the top 5 on the squad, 26 hits during her freshman campaign. Actually leads the team in runs with 35.
See what Howard comes at Cantrell here now. Another huge opportunity to get the second out of the inning without allowing a base runner.
Edie gets her to chase, I thought initially. She's able to hold back. Cantrell never breaks the plate. That's
a great pitch on a 1-2 count right there. Nothing pretty down in the dirt, but you can get someone fishing.
Rips this one right over the head of the third baseman. And that will be the first base runner tonight for Lady Lex Cantrell with a single to left.
Cantrell getting that hit streak to 5. She was able to do it by getting her hands around. That ball was way inside. She was just able to get the barrel around.
So a nice piece of hitting. And that'll bring up Makari Chapman. Looks at ball 1. Makari, absolutely ridiculous numbers. 554 average. She's got 41 hits, obviously tops on the team.
Yeah, every single one of her numbers on hitting and pitching are just incredible.
Takes an off-speed pitch. Dialed up that time by Edie, trying to keep her off balance here. 1-1 count now, 1 down here, bottom half of the first. Wind picking up a little bit. Rain sprinkling about as well. And once that moisture starts sticking around, it has big impacts both on the defense and, of course, the batters. Here's Chapman, a flare out to right. It'll take a hop. Into second and gunned down. Excellent throw from Ellie Dawson. And this is a heads-up play as well. With the short dimensions, the 60 feet in between the bases, Cantrell's got to wait, got to be in between, and she was actually a little bit too far tethered to first base. So yeah, it's 2 down.
Cantrell really thought that was just a routine pop fly, immediately went back to the bag, and just not enough time to get to second base.
One more look at that short hopper right in front of the right fielder, and just an excellent throw for the tag up at second. It's our player spotlight, Kylie Thornton, getting her first taste of the batter's box tonight. Saw the number for the junior and the 443 average, impressive. Inside, Chapman takes off, and she's in there easily.
Yeah, no shock there. They had to send in Chapman early, leading this team with 13 stolen bases on the season. Like we said, she's an all-around player.
She'll be headed to Northern Kentucky to continue her playing days collegiately. As Howard really dialed up a dummy ball right there. Way out in front of this one.
Nasty changeup, and it had Thornton fooled. She thought she was getting a nice fastball in the inside corner of the plate that she could drive, and all of a sudden that ball dropped.
The 2-2 pitch outside. Thornton holds up, and we've got a full count.
With the 3-2-2 right now, Chapman's gonna be running on the pitch. So even just a bloop single or something through the infield is scoring, tying this ball game up.
The payoff pitch down the first base line and just does go foul.
Ball just a little off the line. That would have been a big break for Ontario if they were to get that. But Thornton lives to see another pitch.
See what Howard dials up. Looked like something off speed upstairs. Thornton able to fight it off.
Thornton again way in front of that one. Like you mentioned, upstairs and outside, and she still pulled it down the third base line.
Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up here. Howard having to do some work. Misfires, and again, she's up in the attic. So Thornton gets aboard. working a walk. Chapman standing on second. And Mariana Moulton now due up.
Mariana Moulton.
Yeah, that was just a tough pitch, a little too upstairs. Thornton thought about it, but never fully swung at it. A great take, and now a chance for Lexington to take advantage of it.
No ordinary freshman. Hits it down the line, well handled by Pearson. I think she got a bit of a stinger there. Might have caught her in the chest. But boom, she's able to knock it down. Touch over at third base for the out. Lady Warriors lead by 1. They're back up at the dish when we come back.
0.
Kennedy Weiler next up here for Ontario out of the number 6 spot in the order. Lady Warriors with a 1-0 edge here over the top-seeded Lady Lex. Makari Chapman missing outside the strike zone again here. She's a little bit low. Here's our keys to victory for Lexington today. It's got to get some quality at bats. I think that's always important, especially going up against a pitcher like Howard. Then just try to limit the base runners as much as possible. As we get a pop-up down the third base side, no play can be made. Kind of threw off Mariana Moulton. Take a look here on our Charter Next Gen replay.
Hey, don't dip. Come on,
Good break here for Ontario. Rain really starting to hit down heavy and looking up towards the heavens like that, and it's spritzing you right in the eyeballs. It's not an easy play.
No, not easy at all. Rain starting to really pick up here, and those raindrops falling right in your eyes. The wind may be moving the ball a little bit. Ball probably had a lot of spin, because if that's so foul tipped like that, either got it off the end of the bat, off the handle. But being able to take advantage of those new lives at the plate, it's crucial.
Off speed, got Weiler chasing. Second strikeout for Chapman.
Another great pitch there by Chapman.
Your catcher, number 14, Lily Gray.
Keys to victory brought to you by American Homestead Exteriors. Looks like Ontario's came up. It's the same as our Lexington's. So we get a swing and a miss here from Lillian Gray. Gray is a freshman, .391 average on the season. Looking for her 19th hit. Chapman putting that one up and outside of the zone. Catches her looking back-to-back Ks here for Chapman. She's starting to heat up, actually 3 in a row dating back to the end of the first.
Yeah, if she's going to start hitting her spots like that on the outside corner, it's going to be really hard for these Ontario hitters.
Chapman starts off Sophia Schuster with a first pitch ball. Bounces back here with the strike. Rain really starting to bounce heavy now. You can see the moisture starting to accumulate out here on the dirt infield. Chapman able to get plenty of grip for that fastball right there.
Yeah, we'll see how, bottom of the lineup, we've seen several underclassmen.
How about setting down the side? All of them looking that time as well, Evan. Excellent stuff. The sauce from Chapman. Lady Lex looking to tie things up when we come back.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Cam McGuire leads off the bottom half of the second inning. Lady Lex put a couple of base runners on in the first, came up empty-handed. I'm sure you guys can hear just how hard the rain's coming down out here at Heise Park right now. Evan, you're a baseball player, 4 years at Highland. What type of impact does this really have? You think that it benefits one side of the ball over the other?
I don't think it really does. I think it benefits whatever team is tougher mentally. Like, this can get in your head really easy. You know, the ball's starting to get a little wet, and you might start thinking, what you cannot do is make excuses. You know, both teams are going through the exact same thing right now, and it's whatever team's tougher in the elements.
2, now 3 balls and a strike. Howard needing to settle in here in this at-bat. Now 84 innings of work for the senior. Popped up the chase. And a tough play could not be made there by Gray.
And it's going to be crucial for these players to stay loose. When it gets it's getting a little cold out here, the water, your body starts to tense up. And so these players, whether it's in the dugout, running, in between innings, they got to stay loose, stay warm.
57 degrees out here right now. Obviously with the rain, the temperatures feel a lot heavier, a little bit colder than that. As McGuire works a walk here on just 5 pitches. She heads over to first.
Next up, number 33,
Brings up Addie Williams, the designated player today.
Ontario can't afford to put too many base runners on for free. They need to make Lexington work for their runs and their base runners.
Howard with the offering. Misses. Awful close. But the freshman Williams not taking the bait that time. 280 average so far for Addie. And ball 2.
But this team has some power. Addie Williams, 14 hits. Half of those are extra base hits. 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run so far this season.
Very talented freshman class for Lexington. 3 players in the regular rotation. Coach Galion having to make up for 4 lost seniors from a season ago. 3 of them really big-time impact players, including multiple-time All-Ohioans. And they've been able to do that, fill those roles, those gaps, with some incoming freshmen. Williams taking her time, stepping back in. 2-1 count here. And eating. Got her to keep that stick out there. Second strike. Also keeps Cam stuck over on first base.
I like the idea of small ball there. Ontario was ready for it. Everyone crashing right away.
Howard with the pitch and got her swinging. first strikeout today for Edie Howard, her 100th of the season.
Next up, your right fielder, number 10, Riley McGuire.
And it shows how crucial it is when you have a chance to, you have the opportunity to do the small ball of getting those bunts down, because that could have been an opportunity. Even if they get out there, they move a runner, but now they have the strikeout with still just a runner on first.
Great pitch, took a little something off of that. Right down Main Street. Riley McGuire in number 8 spot here tonight. Almost caught there off of the bunt attempt. The freshman Gray tried to contort her body just quick enough.
Everything happened so fast, but how she almost made that play, it's impressive.
Pitcher's count here for Eden Howard. Sense, and just touching it with the tip of the stick that time there was Riley.
Again, going with the outside changeup, trying to get them chasing, which she was successful. Howard was successful in doing. McGuire just getting a piece of that one.
Fourth pitch of the at-bat, and it's down in the cellar for ball 1.
Well, she's changed the eye levels, went really high, now has gone really low. We'll see where she attacks now.
Again upstairs here. And a good battle going on right now here despite the 2 strikes. McGuire standing in there tough.
Yeah, that was a defensive swing by McGuire. She didn't really like that pitch, but with 2 strikes, anything close, you're trying to just tip it away, hoping to get a pitch that you like to so you can drive.
Head umpire John Davis here tonight, getting some fresh balls back into the mix here. Has to wait on that one. Hot shot, Pearson handles, and the lead out runner is toast.
Great awareness by Pearson to get that lead runner. It's a bang-bang play. As soon as they hit her glove, she knew she was going to 2.
Bit of a late hop.
Next up, number 12.
For Riley McGuire. As we get to the bottom of the order now with Maddie Taylor, her first at-bat. And this junior is one of those sneaky players that you have at the bottom of the order here for Coach Galion. Try to jumpstart you as you get back up into some of the thunder sticks at the top with Patrick, Cantrell, and Chapman.
Yeah, Taylor's basically a second leadoff hitter at that 9 spot. Currently on a 6-game on-base streak.
And currently, the forecasts not looking very favorable for spring sports weather right now, Evan. We'll see how long they try to play through this. And swinging through right there, coming up empty is Taylor.
Yeah, maybe a little bit harder rain than we expected. So far, the field looks like it's playing pretty well with the rain. No obvious flaws right now.
Howard looking to get out of the inning, and she'll do so with her second strikeout out of the frame. We've got 2 in the books. Right now, it's a number 4, Lady Warriors in front by 1.
Lexington 0.
start the third inning with Piper Studer in the number 9 spot tonight. Center fielder made my Diamond Cuts list last week. On the roundup, we'll have a fresh episode for you guys. Normally going to be on Wednesday nights. However, tomorrow we are going to take that off for some restreams of tournament games and perhaps some rainouts. We'll see. As we get this one popped up straight overhead. And it's now a pitcher's count for Makari Chapman. Makari, such a dynamic thrower of the softball. Just a shade over 1 is her ERA as she bowls that one in. .933 winning percentage this year in 23 appearances, 14 wins, just 1 loss. But the strikeouts, Evan, is what really just jumps off the sheet. 225 of them now for Makari and counting.
Yeah, when I read that number, I thought it wasn't real at first. I was like, this is ridiculous. Her production this season as a pitcher, obviously that's why she's going Division I after high school. But just to be that efficient the entire season and through all these tough lineups that they faced, very impressive.
Only given up 17 earned runs all season long. But right now, trailing on the scoreboard. And it's back to the top of the order for the Lady Warriors. Pitcher-on-pitcher matchup right here. And Howard launches this one. Caught by the second baseman, Patrick. And there's quickly 2 down.
Good play by Patrick, working through the rain. Interesting move by Patrick, going with the sunglasses there at second base. I wouldn't claim it's pretty sunny right now, but worked for her.
I think with the rainfall, having to look up at those pop-ups might be of benefit at this point in the game, Evan, to have a little bit of a more dark, mysterious look on the field. However, not getting hit in the eyeballs with the rain.
Yeah, assuming they don't fog up, you're all good.
1-1 now the count here. Ireland got out to the shortstop her first time up back in the opening frame. Chapman initiates the pop-up here. Squeezed by Cantrell for 3 quick outs. So the side goes down in order in Lexington. Some heavy rain trying to get the sticks working here when we come back.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Tonight's game brought to you, folks, live and free thanks to American Homestead Exteriors. Their commitment to excellence reflected in their strong, reliable exterior solutions. Call them today for roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Charter NextGen, hiring for high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment. And Sutton Bank, where you can earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Thank you as well to Avita Home Health and Hospice and Scout Construction Services, LLC, our commercial sponsors here today. Strike 1 into Quinn Patrick. As the rain seemingly lightening up just a bit, but it's still coming down. Great pitch here by Howard to get an 0-2 count.
It's exactly what Howard did the first time. she went against Patrick. Going right at her, had 2 early strikes in that at bat too.
Flared to center field. Piper cannot make the catch. And it's a lead-off single here for Patrick. Or how would you score that, Evan?
That might be an error. I mean, my rule of thumb is if it touches the glove, especially that, when you have an outfield error, if it's in the glove and comes out, I'd say that is an error. It was still a very hard hit ball. That was a line drive. I didn't even think Piper had a chance to make a play on it.
So we will score it as an E8 here, as Patrick is aboard on first, none down. And Alexis Cantrell singled to left field first time we saw her, squares up a bunt. Howard able to dial it up over at first, but they will advance the runner.
Good job on Howard by getting the out, but that's what Lexington wants. They want to get a runner in scoring position when you're getting these big-time hitters up to the plate, with Chapman up to the plate and Thornton on deck.
Chapman's got 44 ribbies so far this season. And that's why they're just gonna issue an intentional walk here, put Makari over on first. Doesn't get a whole lot easier though with Thornton now stepping into the batter's box.
No, and I don't think that decision is solely based off of just because Chapman was up to the plate, because now you have a double play and you have forces at each base. Obviously a great hitter now up to the plate.
Spanks that one wide down the third base side.
But Lexington's seen Chapman really lock in the circle, and they know they have to give her some run support. So it seems like they've put, you know, an urgency on trying to get their first run of the game across.
This one blistered down left field. Running play is made for out number 2, Weiler with the catch.
That was a very ideal situation for Ontario. That ball staying in left field so no one has a chance to tag up. It was still pretty shallow.
Next up, number 13, Mariana Moulton.
So with 2 down now, it's time for Mariana Moulton. Try to pull out some third inning heroics. Steady rainfall continuing here over Heise Park in Galion for this Division IV district semifinal. Great off speed that time by Howard to get her to chase, and again, she's able to get ahead.
Lexington has to take advantage of this. Exactly same situation they had in the first inning. Runners on first and second with 2 outs, and Moulton at the plate. She has a redemption at bat here.
The pitch squared up, and it hits right off of second base. The throw home is in time, and she is gunned down at the plate. Patrick is tagged out by the freshman Gray, and Ontario riding a whole lot of momentum here off of this defensive effort. Break it down, Evan.
You see something new every day in this sport. That ball perfectly hits off of the bag, and that's why they're able to make the throw to home plate. Just a tough break for Lexington.
And a diamond cut nominee right there here for the Lady Warriors. Chapman starts off with ball one here in her second battle against Ellie Dawson. As we open up fourth inning action. District semifinals here in Galion. I'm Brian Evan Johnson, joining me here on the call today for what we do have scheduled as a doubleheader. Coming up next, an MOAC clash, round 3, Shelby versus Clear Fork, if Mother Nature allows us to continue to play ball. But as you mentioned last inning, Evan, there's really no big dips or areas yet in the infield. They've done a nice job of maintaining and taking care of it so far in this game.
Yeah, it looked like the field looked great when we got here. There's been no puddling or no standing water as of now.
So conditions very playable, at least on the infield. Could be a little bit of a different story as you start looking out beyond into the grassy areas. But these kids got cleats, and you got to expect this in Ohio. Spring sports weather, I mean, there's been a lot of rainy days this year, so this is nothing new for these ladies.
No, you'll get all types of weather during the spring season. You may even have some snow at the beginning of the year in the late March. So these players have been playing through it all season, so it's nothing new for them.
1-2, the count now on Dawson, who walked her first time up. Not this time. Big wave at that one. And Chapman with her 6th strikeout already.
I know it's easier said than done, but they're going to have to limit these strikeouts. Even if it's weak contact, just putting the ball in play gives you a chance. Especially with the rain, there's easy chance that they can make an error. A ball slips out of a hand or something.
Pearson so far has been the offense, the RBI double back in the first inning to give Ontario momentum. And more than 150 of you all watching together there. That strike dialed up by Makari Chapman. Do always encourage you, if you're watching on our Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, to drop us a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from here today. We'll read your comments when we get some downtime, and certainly would love to feature you in the fan zone. That's what it's been for Ontario hitters pretty much since that great start in the first inning. Chapman has settled in, but Pearson continues to swing a hot bat. That's going to make its way all the way to the chain link fence. Back-to-back doubles for Morgan here in this ball game.
We talked about what she brings to this team, the extra base capability she has at the plate. Now her 2nd double of the game. Make it 10 on the season. Truly incredible start here for Pearson.
One more look. She was swinging for the fences. Every single cut of that at bat. Was able to turn on one all the way back to the fence, and Morgan providing some instant offense here to put a runner in scoring position now for Brindley Krieger.
That is all Ontario needs to hopefully get the offense started again. Like we mentioned, they got that 1 run in the first inning. Not much sense.
Krieger shows bunt, pulls it back. Pearson has to trot back over to second base.
Ontario knows how strong this Lexington lineup is, and they know 1 run isn't going to win this ball game. So getting a few more insurance runs, especially at this point in the game, would be very crucial.
That one fouled back here. Brindley struck out last time she had an opportunity in the first.
It's a hard spot to be in, 0-2 against Chapman.
Gets her swinging again.
Hey, you see a pitch you like driving. Come on.
So Makari burns down the second out here in the fourth inning. And we'll now get her shot at Kennedy Weiler. Struck out looking back in the second inning, as did everybody else in the lineup, that frame. And Makari's one of those pitchers, I've seen her a handful of times the last couple of years. She does get stronger as the game goes along. Normally can get to her in the early innings. Typically not the case once you start getting a little bit deeper.
Yeah, she starts to read the umpires, where her strike zone is, the hitters, especially after she sees them once. She knows who she can attack and who she has to kind of stay away from and try to, you know, get around those corners in the edge of the zone. Especially getting in a spot in 0-2. She has such a deep pitch arsenal.
Gets Weiler swinging again. So all 3 outs here in the 4th inning, courtesy of the K from Chapman. We'll see her coming up here soon. It's 6, 7, 8 hitters on the way for Lexington.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
McGuire, Williams, McGuire due up here in the bottom half of the 4th inning for Lexington. Shutout so far up to this point on our Mechanics Bank scoreboard. Edie Howard. It's been strong so far in the circle. And she's able to start off, Cam, with the first pitch strike.
Yeah, only allowing a couple base runners and been able to neutralize them once they got in the bases, not allowing any to come around.
Weak hit grounder, Pearson on the fly, throws over to first for out 1.
I really like that route there from Pearson, kind of working around it, taking her momentum towards first base.
Next up, number 33, Addie Williams.
Pearson with a .903 fielding percentage so far this season. She has been lights out in her attempts so far here tonight. Big cut, nothing there for Addie Williams. Struck out last time we saw her in the 2nd. Howard down low, and this heads foul.
We talked about the strong freshman class for Lexington, and here's just another one of them slugging .480 this season. Even though the average may not be where she wants it at times, she always has the capability to break an inning open.
Off-speed stuff, set her down again. 3rd K of the night for Howard.
And it looks that Howard's doing the exact same thing. Just has some nasty off-speed pitches. That's fooled several Lexington hitters this game.
And again, so interesting to watch from this angle if you're in the batter's box to see. It almost feels like Edie is going to lose her footing when she delivers. Somehow, that's how she stands in strong. Out to left field, the running play is made. So 3 up, 3 down here for Lexington. Weiler with the snag, and Ontario gonna take the lead in the top half of the 5th. Rainy afternoon here in Galion, but it's a sunny disposition here for Ontario. They've got the sticks in hands, and with a 1-0 lead here, trying to punch their ticket into the district championship where they just got a couple of seasons ago. I'm Brian Skowronski, Evan Johnson, my sidekick here today. And with these two great pitchers and given the weather conditions, kind of thought that this might come down to some type of a pitcher's duel, and that's exactly what we've got going on right now.
Yeah, both pitchers have really settled into this game, and they've been dealing. And we've also seen some great defensive plays from both squads. Been sound so far.
Great pitch, couldn't even get the bat off her shoulder as the freshman Gray. Back-to-back at-bats for her where she's been sat down looking.
Next up for the Warriors, number 12, Sophie Schuster.
Schuster 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far today. Designated hitter this afternoon. Schuster with about a 390 OBP. Warriors would love to try to produce a couple of more base runners here in the bottom half of the lineup where, I mean, it has just been mercenary central. All these kill shots for Chapman. Weiler, Gray, Schuster, and Studer. Weiler now 0 for 2 and Gray 0 for 2. It's been all strikeouts at the bottom half of the lineup.
Yeah, that's exactly where Chapman's taken advantage of, and she knows, obviously, being at the bottom of the lineup, sometimes those hitters struggle, and she's taken full advantage of them, gone right at them, making them try to put a bat on the ball.
Chapman up in the attic. No chance to catch up that time for Sophia.
Getting down to 2 strikes with Chapman in the circle. She has so many great pitches. She can go anywhere she wants.
Really faded that one upstairs. To load up the count, 3-2. Chapman with 5 total pitches in her arsenal. And here's the payoff pitch. Little up in the zone. It's going to be foul. And the AB remains.
This has been one of the better fights we've seen from someone in the bottom of this lineup for Ontario. Several foul tips, working to a full count. It's exactly what these hitters are going to have to do.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up here for Chapman. Missed. Great at-bat, and the first base runner to get on outside of the top 4 in the order for Ontario.
A great take there. We've seen a lot of hitters not being able to lay off of that upstairs pitch that right at their eyes.
Brings up the number 9 hitter, Piper Studer. Piper shows bunt. Lexington defense was ready for it. Everybody charging.
Ontario knows what they have at the top of this lineup, so even if that means sacrificing an out, they'll take it if they get a runner in scoring position.
Shows bunt again, brought it back.
Schuster's got to watch that back pick there at first base. She can't get too far out. She has to wait to see the bunt get laid down first before she takes off.
So another strikeout on the resume here of Makari Chapman.
Up to bat number 7, Edie Howard.
She's now in double figures. That is her 10th punch out via the K. As Howard steps in for her turn now. Schuster over on first base, 2 down. Pitch on the outside, and that's over into the forest land here at Heise Park.
Check on the inning close.
Howard with 38 hits on the season. Doesn't have one so far in her first 2 at-bats. They really need her to start heating up.
Edie flew out to left field in the first inning. Knocked out by the second baseman back in the third. And here she is. Couple bouncer, third base side. The throw in time. So the play made by Thornton keeps the deficit. Just 1 run here for Lady Lex. Taylor's up next, then the top of the order on the way. As we keep the action here with our 5th inning stretch. Evan, better follow the rules here. Let's get up. Get moving around a little bit. That's right.
And the cold arm muscles get tight too. We got to stay loose, stay in this game.
Take a look at the box score, what we've got so far. Not a ton of offense to be had. The 1 run coming in the first at-bat tonight for the Lady Warriors. Both hits have been produced by Pearson, each of them doubles, including the RBI. Lady Lex on the other side, 3 hits up to this point. Cantrell, Chapman, and then Moulton back in the third. All singles. Nobody's been able to advance past second base so far, though, for Lexington.
Yeah, they've gotten runners on first and second several times, but they just haven't had it break their way. Some very unfortunate things happening, like that ball bouncing off of the bag. Like, they've had some great opportunities to score, and it just hasn't gone their way, and that's sometimes just how it is. But the great teams make their own breaks, and they'll work through it.
Do have the top of the order standing on deck and beyond. This is Taylor now, number 9 hitter. Taylor looks at that one right down the pipe. Gets on base 41% of the time. Lady Lex would love to get a leadoff base runner. Howard with the 1-1. Squared up. Tough charge. And the throw. Wow! Out of right field. How about that dime and the ability to run up and make that play? Impressive stuff.
Just the awareness to know to go to first base, even though that just feels like an easy single. Never gave up on the play. We've seen it a second time with Dawson when she got the runner at second when they didn't tag up. Just heads up softball out there in right field.
By a freshman as well, so 2 big plays by Ellie. And this one coming a bit funny out of the hand here of Howard.
Howard wiping her hand off. Maybe ball getting a little slick, been out in the rain for a while. Even though it looks like the dugouts have been doing a good job at keeping the towels out, wiping them down.
Yeah, certainly both she and Chapman got that towel out there to try to keep that pitching hand as dry as possible. And she throws a dart in that time.
Keep going, Edie.
Patrick 0 for 2. Also, she was the one who got thrown out at home plate to end that 3rd inning. Huge play. And that one's popped out.
Yeah, I think on that play, Patrick didn't even think there was a chance for a play at the plate. Thought that one was right up the middle into the outfield.
Edie looking to set down the first 2 hitters in order with Cantrell on deck and paints it inside for the strikeout.
Howard has been fantastic today. I mean, this is a powerful Lexington lineup, and she's done a great job at not allowing a string of hits, getting those strikeout pitches.
Wow, gorgeous stuff right there you see on the Charter Next Gen replay, and John Davis too with the nice punch-out call. So 2 away now in the inning here for Lady Lex. Their number 2 hitter stepping into the batter's box. She's 1 for 2 so far tonight.
Good pitch, Edie. Strikes there, Edie.
Howard taking her time. Edie now dills and misses down low.
Rare we've seen Howard be working on a 3-0 count. It's been very efficient, very productive today.
Edie has issued 3 walks so far here in tonight's ball game. Just 26 overall on the year, make it 27. And a little bit of confusion there about where that one missed. It's Chapman's turn.
Up to bat, number 5.
That'll
Your pitcher,
initiate a
Bakari
conversation. Gray wants to come out and talk with Edie just about this big at bat, and checking the radar here on our end. Looks like we're going to have some really steady rain coming in for the next several hours. So the field, again, looks like it's in playable condition right now. Second game still set to play tonight between Clear Fork and Shelby. But make the main thing right now. Big duel right here between the two pitchers.
Contrell second on her team with 12 stolen bases this year. Maybe with 2 outs, they don't risk getting a runner thrown out. But I wouldn't be shocked if they try to get, we've seen them use small ball and other tactics to get runners in scoring position.
Down the middle, Chapman drills it right through the gap. Turning for third base is Cantrell, and it's runners now on the corners, 2 down, and Kylie Thornton making her way into the batter's box.
Lexington maybe been at their best with 2 outs. Chapman just driving this one in between first and second base. We'll see another meeting at the mound for Ontario.
Chapman now 2 for 2 with a walk, a couple of singles. Thornton 0 for 1. She did walk back in the first frame. Want to say what's up to Freepar out there on the YouTubes, cheering on Lexington here this afternoon. Try to pull up our Facebook feed, see what you guys are chit-chatting about out there. Want to say what's up to Michelle Black watching from Mason, Ohio today. Melanie cheering on Lexington. Kathy Dodge, on Ontario side here tonight, representing the MOAC. She says, go Brinley. Watching from the Shelby concession stands. Of course she is. Kathy always finds a way to be a part of the action. And speaking of the action over there in Shelby, Buckeye Central, the #1 seed. Really taking it to Bucyrus right now. 8-1 the count in that game. You can check that out on our Facebook page along with YouTube channel 4. Howard with the first pitch strike. Thornton really barreled that one up. But it's now 2 strikes here on Kylie. 2 down. Critical moment of the game right here.
Howard not backing down at all. 2 strikes to a powerful hitter, even when there's 2 runners in scoring position.
Tried to jam her up that time, pulled foul. One
dangerous pitch to throw to Thornton on the inside corner right there. If she gets on top of that and gets her hands through it, that could be dangerous.
Just one swing here potentially could put Lexington on top. That one down in the dirt, keeping Cantrell at third, Chapman on second. Howard can really be choosy here with how she elects to attack Kylie. In the driver's seat here with the 1-2 count. Chop to second base, and the play is made. Lady Warriors allow a couple of runners to advance to second and third, but they get no further. Back up at the plate when we see you again in the 6th.
Your score after 5 innings. Ontario 1, Lexington.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Lady Warriors number 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here. So the big pop in the lineup begins with Briley Ireland. She's 0 for 2 so far against Chapman.
Take the 30 strikes, kid.
Ireland has reached base safely in her last 3 games. Making it 4 right now would be very, very good for the Warriors.
Takes a second pitch strike here to even up the count, 1-1. Just catches a little piece of that one.
Come on, swing that bat through, kid.
Still pretty consistent rainfall coming down here at Heise Park. Pitcher's duel going on between a couple of star seniors. First team All-MOAC performer in Edie Howard. And then Makari Chapman over on the other side. Soon to be first team All-Ohioan, unquestionably. Ireland able to force a full count.
Great take by Ireland. It's so easy to chase on anything Chapman is throwing. Has so many different pitches that have very unique movements.
This one up in the zone, straight ahead. Center fielder able to take that one in stride. 1 down.
Ireland drove that ball, but that one was way high and she was unable to get her hands on top of it, so it just kind of stayed up.
One more look, see Kyra Boyd. Didn't have to move, but just a couple of steps. Secures the first out. Brings up Dawson, 0 for 1 so far today with a walk back in the first. Ellie's contributed defensively with a couple of nice throwouts from right field tonight. Here she is really squaring off on that one.
Come on, Al, shorten that swing up. Come on, Ellie.
1-1 count from the lefty. And hops that one in there for ball 2.
Dawson isn't one to chase. 15 walks this season compared to just 5 strikeouts. She's been rung up once this game, but it's rare to see her do it.
Able to hold up on the last couple of pitches. Heading the count now 3-1.
See a pitch you like, cream it, kid.
Chapman up around 1,900 pitches for the season now. She has been the workhorse from the circle each the last 2 years since transferring into Lexington. Now she's issued her third walk. Morgan Pearson, boy, has she been swinging a hot bat here as of late. 2 for 2 here tonight.
This is identical to the first inning with the walk, and then Pearson next at bat drove her in with the double.
Leaves that one high and outside. Take a look at some of Morgan's ABs from this year, or from this game rather. It's a great piece of hitting that time from Morgan Pearson. Double to left field back in the 4th inning. And that's why Coach Galion wants to talk things over with his infield. Talk to his star pitcher about just trying to keep this lead at a minimum right now. It's been 1-0 since the top half of the first. Offensively, it's been a struggle so far for Lady Lex tonight. Did advance runners to 2nd and 3rd last time we saw them on offense, but just keeping it at a 1-run deficit, obviously critical here for Lexington.
Yeah, in that circle, sure they're just trying to calm down the nerves. In these elimination games, it's easy for those nerves to spike at the end of these close games. And that can just lead to more errors and more problems.
Especially against a hitter like Morgan Pearson.
Yeah, she'll take full advantage of any mistake you make.
Morgan takes that one for a called strike. Pearson looking for her 32nd hit. Keeps the at-bat alive.
Protect, honey. Level swing.
Pitch outside, no call here for Chapman.
Not a bad pitch at all. We've seen maybe some of those go Chapman's way this game.
Trying to test her that time. Brought a little bit of gas. Morgan was able to get just enough of it. Keep the AB going, 2-2 count. The pitch over the outside part of the corner. And we've got some young Lady Colts making their entrance out here to Heise Park now. You can see off in the distance beyond right field and center. They are the number 3 seed here at District, taking on Shelby coming up in the second of our 2 scheduled games at Galion. Chapman, high heat, popped up. Taylor with the charge, and it does get out of play.
What a battle we're having between 2 such great players.
See, we do have some relief in the forecast coming up. Looks like the weather cells are over us now, but should be a beautiful night for the second game, and totally different outlook coming into this one. We thought it was going to be dry for the first game, rainy for the second one, but Mother Nature, boy, she loves mixing it up on us, doesn't she?
Especially in the spring season.
Can't ever make up her mind. See what Pearson does here. Another swing. Popped a mile in the air, and the catch can't be made. But off the tag up, they do get the runner. So Dawson thrown out at second. And I mean, this is just a towering shot from Pearson.
Very fortunate that Lexington was still able to get the out and no damage done.
Right here, right now. Believe in yourself.
So Pearson now replaces Dawson over at first with Brinley Krieger on the way up. Here's the first pitch into Brinley. Had her fooled.
Head down, honey. You gotta see it. Let's go.
Brinley with a .412 average coming into today. Though she is 0 for 2. Pair of strikeouts, able to hold up on that one.
It's one we've seen a lot of players chase at today. The upstairs heater.
Chapman deals more cheese. And she's now just one strike away from getting the offense back up at the plate. The 1-2 to Krieger. Powers this one. Deep to right, but caught for out number 3. Lady Lex down to their last 6 outs. Needing to produce some firepower when we come back. Freshman Mariana Moulton's going to lead off the 6th inning here for Lexington. Starting to run out of time here as the number 1 seed, a big favorite, I think, coming into this district. On the ropes right now in this backyard rivalry, and a first pitch swing and nothing there for Moulton.
Yeah, once you reach the tournament, every game is, that important, and you can't look past any opponent.
Off speed, Moulton clips it off the edge of the bat. Pearson with a strong throw over to first. Boy, she's been lights out, batter's box, and then covering her portion of the field tonight, Morgan Pearson. I think the front runner right now to be our MVP.
Yeah, doing everything, like you mentioned, in the batter's box and on the field. Just making every play look routine, leaving no doubt that there's going to be an error.
Cam McGuire now 0 for 1 with a walk. She ripped one at Pearson last time she was up. Rain starting to ease up a bit here as Howard lifts that one in there for strike 2.
These are the type of at-bats Lexington is going to have to continue their fight, and they're just going to have to keep fighting until they get something they like. Now down only to 5 outs.
Howard elects the challenger outside part of the plate. The throw's a little low, and it's safe. Second look. Ball just down in the dirt there, so calling an error on the shortstop.
Just an in-between ball. I don't think Krieger knew if she was going to pick that ball off of the dirt or able to catch it in the air. Just kind of in an awkward spot. But this might be the break Lexington needed.
So the missed throw from Mullins leads to a runner on one down here. And Addie Williams, the number 7 hitter, at the dish.
Nice pitch, Edie. Come on, kiddo.
Howard's done well to get ahead in counts more often than not so far here tonight. Trips inside of a 2-0 hole, though, before dialing up that strike.
And Howard's been great at dealing with the bottom of the lineup. Just these last couple hitters, she's really zoned.
Edie behind 3-1, though, with McGuire over on first. Right back up the middle. That'll find some wiggle room. And Lady Lex has now put the last 2 hitters aboard.
This is the fight from Lexington I was talking about. They don't have to be, you know, deep drives in the gap. Just these little base hits to keep the inning going. And it just makes it, you know, another batter closer to the top of this lineup, which is really produced today.
Excellent placement with that ball there, just beyond the outstretched arm and glove of Eden Howard. And we're gonna get a pinch runner situation with the DH. Williams heading over to the dugout. We'll have the freshman Ashton Williams on, with 10 stolen bases now, standing on second.
Yeah, Ashton Williams has been primarily just a pinch runner this year. Scored 16 times with the 10 stolen base, like you mentioned. Another one of those freshmen that's made an impact. Maybe not in the plate, only 5 plate appearances, but doing her job on the base pass.
They get that right here for Riley McGuire. Trying to keep the good times rolling here for Lady Lex, the right fielder, with a couple men on, trailing by 1. The 1-1 lobbed way up high. Howard's been really strong up to this point. Fading just a little bit here in the 6th. But now evens up this count at 2-2.
Howard doing a good job of taking her time in between these pitches. See her, you know, making sure the ball stays dry, taking deep breaths. This is a, you know, this can be a pressure situation late into the game. She just has to manage her nerves, stay focused.
Lobs this one, wild pitch outside. Both base runners will advance. Lady Lex now with 2 runners in scoring position. Full count, just 1 down.
And now we get the Lexington bench fired up. Dugout starting to get back some of that confidence. This is really the first time we've seen Lexington have runners in scoring position with just 1 out. Every time they've been in this situation, they've had 2 outs.
Howard would love to deliver that second out right here. The payoff pitch inside, and it's clunked back off of the chin. Interesting foul tip right there. This almost never happens. Thank God for that face bar mask right there.
Yeah, I can't say I've seen that too many times. Just way off the handle of the bat, straight up into the face mask. Glad she's all right. Right back in that box.
Yeah, stepped in with some authority. Really gripping on that bat, but she goes down swinging. There's that second out. And Maddie Taylor coming up out of the number 9 spot in a huge moment.
You know, McGuire foul tips that ball into her face mask, and Howard goes right back at it, high and inside. Able to get the punch out.
Edie with another solid pitch right there. Trying to get out of a little bit of trouble here now with 2 down.
She's working backwards here, starting with the off speed.
Again, took something off of that one outside the strike zone.
Like a wall, Lily. Come on, like a wall.
Pitch to Taylor, waiting on it, lifts it into center in the gap, and they cannot make the play. Piper Studer was there, couldn't squeeze it, and Lexington all of a sudden has taken the lead.
Looks like she may have just kind of misread that ball. Looks like she had it tracked down in the gap, just missed her glove.
Maybe a bit indecisive about trying to backhand it, lay out. Didn't make a play on it. And it's a huge play for Maddie Taylor to deliver a couple of runs.
And you know, we've talked about Maddie Taylor, even though she's in that 9 spot, she's not really a true 9-hole hitter. She's basically a second leadoff hitter. Her numbers have been good this season. And she just makes another memorable hit of her career.
Taylor will step out now in favor of a pinch runner. Kaylee Stuhl now over on first base. Peek in on the Buckeye Central Bucyrus game, bottom of the 6th inning, and BC still leads that one 8-1. That's on our Facebook and YouTube channel 4 if you want to check in on the Buckettes, but we've got all the action going down right here, things heating up. What a big momentous change right here for Lexington off that hit from Taylor.
Yeah, Ontario felt they maybe got out of that jam. They get the second out. That's exactly where they want to be. Get a ball up in the air. Just finds the ground.
The throw on the run. Stole, called safe. Looks like the ball came out of the glove.
Come on, girls.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice throw, but Mullins just had it pop out of the mitt.
That's one you probably wish you had back. That was a late, kind of almost like a late steal as they tried the bunt, still committed to going to second base.
Rain starting to ease up here. There's a big, powerful swing from Patrick. Cantrell standing on deck. Misfire with that throw from Edie Howard. Called ball right here. 3-2 now the count. Lexington hoping to continue this 2-out rally.
And Edie Howard in the circle just has to trust her pitches. She's been great this whole game.
Inside portion of the plate, just slapped out.
You definitely don't want to award a free pass to first base. especially when you have these hitters coming up, Contrell, Chapman, and Thornton.
Payoff pitch for Howard. Pretty much same result that we just saw on the last.
Everybody got home from work, 200 plus.
Again popped up. Patrick keeping this at-bat going. With more than 200 of you out there watching live and free tonight, this district semifinal showdown, backyard rivalry renewed. Lady Lex knocked off Ontario at this point in the tournament last year, and looking to do so here with some heroics. 6th inning, both runs, but Howard sets down Patrick here to keep it just a 1-run game. Lady Warriors will have to try to come from behind for the first time tonight. We've got 3 outs to do so when we come back.
After 6 innings, Lexington.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Seventh inning action here for the Ontario Lady Warriors, trailing for the first time in this game, 2-1. Now Lady Lex in front. The number 9 hitter, Maddie Taylor, with a 2 RBI single. It's kind of turned this game on its head. Ontario with just 3 outs remaining to try to get at least 1 run. And they'll have to do so with hitters 6, 7, and 8. Kennedy Weiler starting things off here. She's 0 for 2 up to this point with a couple of strikeouts. Solid contact this time. Foul.
Weiler's not a bad hitter at all, even with 2 strikeouts today. She got honorable mention for the All-MOAC this year. She has 19 hits on the season with 5 doubles and 2 home runs, so she has the capability to do damage up at the plate.
Back-to-back fouls, this time back up over the chain link fence in front of us. Chapman in a great position here. 2 strikes, no balls. And the fastball down low. Patrick tosses over to first for out number 1.
Ontario making good contact. Weiler just hits a nice, easy ground ball right to Patrick. Chapman seems just with a little bit more confidence in the circle with that run support.
Lily Gray gets a called first strike on her. Her coach, Jamie Burke, down the third base side, willing her, trying to give some words of encouragement not to get down, but she falls behind 0-2. Third pitch from Macari down low.
Not a bad pitch to try to get the hitter chasing. See if she just goes right at her.
She does, down the heart of the plate. Nothing there for Gray's bat. And Ontario down to their final out.
Up to bat number 12, Sophie Schuster.
Schuster, the freshman, up to the plate. This is a tough situation, especially for the freshman to be in.
Lays off a first pitch ball down low. Piper Studer's on deck, then it's the top of the order for Ontario. Needing some late inning magic here to try to keep their tournament spirit alive. Clubbed foul. Nice job of catching up to that one by Schuster. Chapman potentially just one pitch away from earning her 15th victory of the year. Here it comes, and she gets her swinging. 12th strikeout of the game for Chapman, punching the ticket into the next round. Lady Lex will compete in the district championship back here on Thursday night.
Ontario 1.
We'll keep more action coming your way live and free, including an interview with the most valuable player of the game. Drop us some comments. Give your opinion on who you think is worthy. Joining me for a conversation about the victory. We'll have that, final stats and analysis, and get you all set up for the second half of our doubleheader here from Heise Park. Keep it locked in. The OH Report will be back in just a minute.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
I like being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
For over 12 years, you've trusted Scout Construction for quality building and remodeling. Now we're proud to offer expert excavation services to start your project off right. You see what we build, now see the way we dig. Experience the Scout Construction difference. Call or email us today for a free quote and let us break ground together.
Hi, I'm OH Report founder Brian Skowronski. You just heard me on the call, and you can hear me and all the other family of OH reporters pretty much every night here on the future of local sports.
enjoyed live and free tournament softball thanks to our good friends at Sutton Bank, where you can earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. American Homestead Exteriors. Their commitment to excellence is reflected in their strong and reliable exterior solutions. Call them up today for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and more. Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. And Scout Construction Services, LLC, who's got more than a decade of business under their belts. You can trust Scout with your roofing and siding needs. Call them up for more information. 419-989-7240. We're about to hear from the most valuable player of the game. That's going to be Maddie Taylor tonight, who delivered the go-ahead game-winning 2 RBI single. She's heading over this way. We'll have Maddie with us in just a second. And then Evan and I will wrap things up here for game 1 of 2 from Heise Park. Stay right there. I'm hanging out with the player of the game now, presented by Sutton Bank, Maddie Taylor, getting a lot of hugs out here. Everybody wanting to hang out with you, get some selfies and stuff because of the big moment that you had in tonight's game. But let's talk about the win first. This is the #1 seed. You come out here. I think a lot of people were kind of penciling you guys at least into the championship game, even though Ontario's no slouch. Yeah. So to come out clutch in the end of the game when it wasn't necessarily going your way for most of it, how satisfying is it for this team?
It was definitely a great thing because, I mean, we were down for most of the game, but our biggest thing is that we kept our energy up and we kept on pushing and we did not give up. Our defense was helping us a lot. We kept up with that, which eventually turned into us being able to hit the ball. And, like, just it's us leaders on the team, like, just getting through it and making sure that we stay up for the rest of the team.
Yeah, there's just one senior on the team, so the junior class, it's kind of heavy on your shoulders to also step up, be the leaders. And Makari gets a lot of the headlines because her numbers are outrageous, but you behind the plate as well, you're a big part of it in what she does. So if you can describe your chemistry and how much you feel like you guys are kind of like more of a partnership than it is just two individuals.
It's definitely a very big trust thing because, I mean, I'm coming behind a very good catcher from previous years, and so it's just really trying to step up and make sure that my pitcher looks good, and in this case it's Makari, and I couldn't be more blessed to have her as it because she has faith in me, and I have my full faith in her as well. So it definitely helps to be able to have that, for sure.
Well, the biggest hit of the game, let's go ahead and dial it up here. Let's show that game winner go-ahead 2 RBI single that you had here tonight. Just take me through the at-bat and just overall the feeling when you saw both your girls come home and you knew that you led for the first time.
It was honestly the best feeling just because, like, I have had a rough season with hitting, but, like, I've kept on pushing, and even though my last 2 at-bats weren't my greatest, I still was doing this for my team. I was pushing through. I knew just something had to happen. I didn't care how far the ball went. I just was hoping it would get through and that my team would know, like, where to go, when to go, and seeing them go in was just my biggest thing. I didn't care how many bases I took or anything. It was making sure that they could get in and so that we could have a chance to win this game.
Well, congratulations, moving on now into the district championship game where you guys obviously are the defending champs in Division II from last year. So getting a couple extra days with the girls, bare minimum, it's got to be just a great feeling for you and the entire club overall. Just with the one senior, talk about the makeup of this team and what it's been like to be a part of this, following up a really awesome year last year with even more success now.
It's definitely been a very great year, and Makari is a very good upperclassman. She's a very good leader. She always makes sure to stay on us, and because she knows that we can still be what we were last year. Because even though last year was a great year, we still can do that this year. We don't limit our expectations of anything. We expect us to do well because we have the talent, and our teamwork it definitely comes together for sure. And like I said, Makari is a great leader, and then there's us juniors. We all tend to chip in and stay up because, I mean, we are a very big class. But, yeah, we look up to Makari a lot. Even with her being our only senior, she always puts herself in there and shows us why she is the leader of this team.
12 strikeouts for her here tonight,
yes.
Getting you guys, helping you into the district championship
yes.
game. Big congratulations again. Before we let you go ahead, look in the camera and just give any shout out to anybody that you want that's helped make you a better softball player.
Obviously, shout out to my team for cheering me on and everything. I also shout out all my coaches, especially Todd and O'Connell, because O'Connell pushed me through my last at-bat previous to that, and Todd for giving me a chance, as well as my mother. I thank you, Mom, because she has never given up on me and has made sure to stay up on me and stay on me for my at-bats and stuff. So she's definitely been my biggest supporter throughout this whole thing.
So Mom's been a hero to you.
Yes.
Maddie Taylor was the hero here tonight. Your Sutton Bank MVP.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Your post-game coverage on the way, courtesy of American Homestead Exteriors. What a ball game we had here tonight. 2-1 the final count. Lexington not leading until their very last at-bat of the game, as the backyard rivalry delivers with the exact same score that we had on opening night. I'm Brian Skowronski. Evan Johnson with me here today. Thought that we were going to get a fantastic game, probably a pitcher's duel. Given the weather out here, Evan, we got exactly that. And sometimes teams that have had the success, now 21 wins that Lexington's enjoyed, building off of last year where they got to the Elite Eight, you know, championship DNA seems to come out at the end of games. I kind of felt that presence here tonight in that 6th inning.
Yeah, even though they were down basically the entire game, it never felt like they were losing this game. They knew that they were the #1 seed. They know that they're supposed to be here, and what they were able to do is continue the fight. They had so many players in scoring position throughout this game, just unable to get them across the plate, but they finally delivered in the 6th inning, just kept bending until it finally broke.
Taking a look here at the wild pitch that allowed both runners to advance with the 2 outs. And then the shot heard around Richland County right here. Piper Studer had a read on it, unable to make the squeeze. Lexington scores 2, their only RBI of the night, and it's good enough to advance them now into the district championship. As you look at the box score, 6 hits for Lady Lex, only a couple for Ontario, both of those belonging to Morgan Pearson, the RBI double in the 1st, and then she later had a double to left field. But unfortunately for the Lady Warriors, MOAC champions this season, it's come to a close, but you know, they fought their guts out here tonight. Tough conditions against the #1 seed, and even though they're going to be disappointed, obviously you can't hang your head over what they just put on the field today.
No, that was a great game, and they've had a great season. And to be able, if you told them before the game that they just held this Lexington squad to 2 runs, they were probably feeling like they were in a great spot, especially getting that first run in the 1st inning, but just unable to get anything going the last couple of innings.
And now for Lexington moving forward, they're going to play the winner of our 2nd game. You're looking at Shelby warm up right now on what looks to be a sturdy infield, even though we've had the soggy conditions. They're taking on Clear Fork coming up. What's your thoughts and expectations for Lady Lex as they get deeper into the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, we saw them go to the regional finals last year, and I think there might be a chance to go in that exact same spot. All 3 teams today that we're seeing, besides Lexington, they've beat so far this season.
Sure.
So they know these teams inside and out. It's going to come down to, you know, who's tougher and who can play a complete game, just what Lexington did today.
We're going to find out who they will play coming up in the 2nd half of our doubleheader. Shelby versus Clear Fork is on the way here, folks, as we wrap up our coverage for game #1 from Heise Park. Couldn't do it without the help of all of our generous sponsors, so we do really appreciate each and every one of them combining and bringing you guys tonight's coverage, always without a dime coming out of your pocket, and you never have to go to any weird website, none of that stuff, just right on Facebook, YouTube, where the people are. Shout out to Evan Johnson, fantastic color commentary tonight. Our new star intern from Ohio University is going to be with me for a bunch of games throughout this tournament journey. Adam Thompson, the man on the 1s and 2s, doing all the directing for you guys. Jory Hollenbeck, our camera lady. And then I'll give a shout out to everybody at OH Report World Headquarters, Travis Berardi, Jonathan, the entire gang, for helping in some way, some fashion, I'm sure. While this one's in the books, more action still coming up. We will see you for the 2nd half of our doubleheader in just a couple of moments, folks. So long for now.